It was supposed to be a quiet evening, just another low-key event, tucked away in a serene villa nestled in the hills of Jeju Island. But what happened next? No one saw it coming. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more jaw-dropping stories like this one, because this right here is something you don't want to miss. Now imagine this. A soft breeze flowing through silk curtains, the sound of the waves crashing gently in the distance, and the scent of fresh flowers drifting through the air. Lee Min-ho had planned it all down to the last detail. To the public eye, it looked like a simple celebration for a drama's wrap party. But behind closed doors, it was something far more personal. The villa was intimate, elegant, and filled with just a handful of close friends and family. Those who knew the real story unfolding between Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun. Their love story had always been quiet, private, filled with stolen moments behind the camera, discreet glances, and coded messages fans tried endlessly to decode. And tonight, he was finally ready to make it official. Kim Go-eun had no idea. She walked in wearing a soft cream dress, her hair loosely tied, glowing with that natural beauty that had always captivated fans around the world. She smiled as she greeted people, hugging co-stars and thanking the director with sincere warmth. And when she spotted Min-ho in the corner of the garden, standing beneath a canopy of cherry blossoms strung with fairy lights, she walked toward him with the ease of someone who felt completely at home. But what she didn't know, every step she took was leading her closer to a moment that would change her life forever. Lee Min-ho had spent weeks planning this. Every word, every gesture, every single flower was chosen for a reason. He wanted it to feel like them, not flashy, not loud, just deeply meaningful. As Go-eun approached, he took her hand and led her toward the center of the garden. Soft music began to play, not from a speaker, but from a live string quartet hidden behind the hedges. She looked surprised. "Min-ho, what is all this?" she asked, her voice filled with curiosity and the tiniest hint of suspicion. He smiled, nervous but certain. "It's just something I've been meaning to say." She paused, and he stepped back, took a deep breath, and got down on one knee. Time stood still. Gasps were heard from the friends who had quietly gathered around the edges of the garden. But for Kim Go-eun, the world went silent. She stared at him, completely stunned. Her hands flew to her mouth. And then he began to speak. "Go-eun, I don't know how to say this without sounding like I'm still acting a drama, but loving you feels more real than anything I've ever done on screen." She blinked, tried to process what was happening. "I've watched you laugh, work, cry, and shine, and every day I've just fallen harder. You make me want to be softer, kinder, more patient. You remind me that love isn't about grand gestures, but about quiet support, small glances, and showing up every single time." Her eyes were already filled with tears. "I didn't fall for the actress. I fell for the woman who never gives up, the one who checks on everyone else before herself, the one who stays behind to thank the crew, the one who doesn't even realize how breathtaking she is." Go-eun's hands trembled as he reached for the velvet box in his pocket. And when he opened it, the ring inside sparkled like something straight out of a dream. Simple, elegant, timeless. Like her. "So I'm asking you," he continued, voice low and full of emotion, "not as a co-star, not as a friend, but as a man who loves you with everything he has, will you marry me?" A single tear slipped down her cheek. She didn't speak at first, just looked at him, eyes wide, heart racing. Everyone held their breath. And then she laughed, not out of humor, but from disbelief, from the pure shock of it all. She knelt down in front of him, took both his hands, and whispered just two words. "Yes, Min-ho." The crowd that had been silently watching erupted into soft cheers, clapping, even tears. Some of their fellow actors were wiping their eyes. Even the director, known for being stoic, looked visibly emotional. But all Lee Min-ho could see was her. Kim Go-eun, his fiancée, the woman who had walked into his life and changed everything. He slipped the ring onto her finger. And then he pulled her into his arms, holding her like he never wanted to let go. Someone yelled, "Kiss her already!" And they did. It wasn't a dramatic movie scene kiss. It was soft, genuine, a kiss between two people who had found something rare. and were finally ready to hold on to it. As the evening continued, photos were taken, though no one posted them publicly. Not yet. This was still theirs. Still private. But fans? They weren't completely in the dark, because the next day, Lee Min-ho posted a photo on his official account. No caption, just a picture of a hand, with a delicate engagement ring catching the morning sun. Within minutes, the internet exploded. Whose hand is that? Is this real? Wait, is that Kim Go-eun's hand? Speculations turned to full-blown trending hashtags. Hashtag Min-go engaged. Hashtag Lee Min-ho proposal. Hashtag Go-eun said yes. Some fans celebrated. Others refused to believe it. But then came the confirmation. A few hours later, Kim Go-eun posted a video, only 15 seconds long. It showed the cherry blossom canopy, the soft lights, and a blurry figure kneeling. And then her voice whispered softly in the background, "Yes, Min-ho." The internet melted. No one could believe it. After years of speculation, of watching their chemistry on screen, of hoping and dreaming and reading between the lines, this was it. The fairy tale was real. People all over the world cried, screamed, replayed the clip on loop. Even international media outlets picked it up. Top Korean stars Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun are engaged. Drama couple turns real-life lovers. Lee Min-ho's proposal leaves fans in tears. Suddenly, their relationship wasn't a rumor. It was a promise, a future. And the best part? They didn't do it for the cameras. They did it for each other, for love. In the days that followed, more details emerged. The villa in Jeju, booked for a full week, just for them and their loved ones to celebrate privately. The ring, custom designed by a Korean artisan, featuring a small sapphire to represent truth and loyalty. The guest list, so small and quiet, even the press hadn't caught a whiff of it. And now, they were planning a wedding, not for the spotlight, but for the memory. Rumor has it the ceremony will be held next spring, in the same garden where he proposed. A continuation of a moment that already lives in fans' hearts forever. And while they haven't shared every detail, one thing is certain. This love story isn't fiction anymore. It's real, unfolding right before our eyes. So if you ever doubted true love in the entertainment world, look no further than Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun, because sometimes the best dramas are the ones that happen off-screen. And when the curtain falls, the real love story begins.